Okay, we have the RDWC build material list. Starting with the outlet material, 44 1-inch rubber garments, 44 3/4 inch male, 1-inch female PVC pipe couplets, 16 4.5 inch by 1 inch diameter PVC pipe, 2 4 feet by 1 inch diameter PVC pipe, 2 5 feet by 1 inch diameter PVC pipe, 4 1-inch PVC tee. For the inlet material, we're using 40 3/4 C PVC elbows, 5 3/4 C PVC tees, 44 3/4 inch threaded male female C PVC couplet, 40 3/4 inch threaded female male C PVC couplets, 6 3/4 inch cross C PVC tees, 40 1.5 feet by 3/4 inch diameter C PVC pipe, 1 2 feet by 3/4 inch diameter C PVC pipe, 22 5-gallon buckets, 2 inlet or submersible pumps, your choice of gallon per hour, 800 or better. Hi, my name is Jay, and I'm doing RDWC system that I'm putting together that I've seen off of YouTube myself. This is not a tutorial video as per se. It's just I want to get myself on camera while I build this system. And it may take a while. I might have to cut, I might have to break it in parts. I don't know yet. But I have all my buckets, my piping and material, as you see. And I'm not a professional photographer or cameraman and all that, so bear with me on the video. Now what we have here, this is my tester bucket. This is part of my materials that I'm going to be using. These are pre-hole cuts that I cut to see which size will fit the garments to make a better seal. And these are the garments that I'm using, which this is supposed to be a 1 inch. I guess it's 1 inch in outer diameter and 3/4 inner. And this one is supposed to be a 3/4, so it's a 3/4 on the outer and I believe a 1/2 inch in the inner. And these are the garments that I'm using, as you see here, this one and that one. And I had to actually make a couple of pre-cuts just to see, so I can be testing my cuts to see what fits better. And I found that for the 1 inch garment, the 1 1/4 or 32 millimeter makes a better fit, and that the one inch and 25 millimeters make a better fit for the 3/4 garments. Okay, and this is what I'm using. This is the three-fourth C PVC pipe. This is for this has a 3/4 by 1/4 and this is the end that I'm going to be using, the 1/2 inch. So this is 3/4 This is a 1/2 inch. 3/4 female, 1/2 inch male, 1/2 inch female, and this is a 1/2 inch female side. Which this is gonna be for my waterfall, and this is usually this CPVC is used for camper trailers and RVs, you know, for their water. So what I'll be doing is I'll be using this, and I have a elbow that I'll place in here, so as the water enters, it'll come out and go down, creating a waterfall effect. Okay, that's what this one is for. And this one is the outlet. This is the return line. This is where the water returns back to the reservoir. Okay, inlet and reservoir. Also have my T's. I couldn't find crosses, so I had to get a bunch of T's. Here's my pump. This is the pump I'll be using. It is I ordered it offline from eBay. Dry gel amphibious pump. Now this pump is supposed to be it's adjustable, but it is supposed to be, let's see, this is 4500. It's a 45 watts, 44, I guess, liters per hour, or litre per hour. But when I ordered it, it was 1100 gallons per hour pump. Okay, ordered it off of eBay. Specifications, so I can see that. Okay. And it's submersible as well as an inline pump. Which this would be the inner for the enter, and this is the exit. Water pumps through it, and water pumps in it, water pumps out of it. Okay. Now I'm gonna be cutting back and forth because I'm doing a 25 gallon bucket RDWC, and my tent behind me. So I'll be doing some cutting. Now, this was my tester bucket, so now I know how they fit. Now I have to do the measurements. Oh, once again, before I do that, I had made a single DWC at this bucket once before, and I had used it for a little while. And actually what I had used was some bulkheads. And I actually just had the bulkheads in my hand. Let me see if I can locate the bulkhead. I had a single one here earlier. I don't know where I actually put it at this moment. Yeah, I don't see where I put it, but here's the end of one. It's actually a piece of PVC pipe in it. But it was this bulkhead. It had a rubber here and a screw on the back. Let me see where. Okay, here it is. So it was one of these regular bulkheads here. I had bought from Walmart. As you see, twisted off. And it has a rubber that goes in. So, you know, I put it in this like so, then I put the rubber on, and then I put on the nut. And then I screwed in a piece of PVC into it, which locked in pretty good. And then I used the PVC glue to glue it on there. And it held tight. And it actually worked for me for a while. Then I stopped using it. They were telling me at the grocery shop that over time the bulkhead causes it to crack. Well, fortunately, it didn't crack while I was using it, but it set up and it developed a crack from using those kind of bulkheads. So they told me the best, because the bucket is round, it's best to use these kind of garments. Okay. Says it's a better seal. So that's why I decided to use these kind of garments and this PVC valves. And as you see, they're in there tight. They're in there real tight. So that's what I'm going to decide. That's what I decided to go with. Now it's your choice to use bulkheads or garments or whatever better suits you. But because the bucket is round, they said these garments are better. Now what I'm going to do is measure and see how I want everything to sit and where. So you can see I want my buckets to be uniformed, meaning I guess facing the same direction. So I'm gonna have it turned this way, sideways, maybe bring that back some. Have them facing sideways so my handles will be in like this. Okay. Well, since it's a big system, I think it really is not going to matter. But I can use, well, you know what? I'm gonna turn them this way. Yeah, this way, so when I drill the hole for the waterfall, the sides here won't be in the way. Okay? And then I'm gonna even out the buckets, give them even space. So what I need to do is, I guess, make my cuts, which there's going to be cut here on this side at the bottom, across from it at the bottom, and I'm going to cut here at the top for the inlet. Okay, so here, here, and here. And what I'll do is I'll do one bucket and put all the garments in, and I'll come back and let you see it. So I'm going to drill the holes. I'm going to drill the holes in each bucket and then come back and show you. Well, I'll drill the hole in one bucket, which then I'll come back and show you how it all is all together. So I made the first cuts. And I'm gonna start with the bottom first, so I can get it lined up to where when I line up the inner for the waterfalls, it'll be straight. So now that I made the first cuts, I'll take my scalpel and I'm going to cut off the excess plastic. Okay. Make sure it's real clean and smooth. Okay. Feel on the inside, no edges. On the outside, it's a little bit. Not much. Just a little bit. Do it for the same side, for another side. Clean off excess edges. There we go. Maybe a little bit here. Okay. No edges. Both sides clean. Okay. Then I'm gonna take my garments and squeeze them in. And it's gonna be a tight fit, so turn a little bit. It's gonna be a tight fit, so have to squeeze them in. You know, unfortunately, it's going to be a real tight fit. So I'm struggling here a little bit, but nevertheless, I get it in. There. Perfect. Okay. Then the next one. And as you see, it's a lip. So I go in this way with it. This in first. It makes it easier. It's a fight, but it makes it easier. Which I'd rather fight with it to get it in, because once again, it makes a better seal. There you go. Then I would take my 3/4 female end, well 3/4 male end, 1 inch female end, and I will have to fight to get it in, but I will. And you might push the garment out, but that's okay. It'll fit. That's why That's why I did the tester bucket to make sure that it'll fit. It's just a battle. Okay. I must broke my nail on that one. Gotta cut them, they're too long anyway. There we go. Now, once again, we have to fight to get it in. But once we get it going, the good thing got threads on it, so I can twist as I push down. And there you have it. And it's pretty tight. As you see, inside, it's a tight fit. Okay. Then on to the other side. And because there's no actual pressure going through here at the bottom, I'm not really worried about putting anything on the back of it as far as what I am with the intake, which will have pressure on it. So I have these little ends here. So once I screw this into the garment, I'll screw this on the back of it. It also has a rubber washer in it too. And once I do that, it'll lock and create even a better seal. So when the pressure comes through, and then I have this elbow which comes in and out, which I did have to go different places, but you can get these parts from Lowe's or Home Depot. I went to Lowe's. Oh, and I went to Ace Hardware for other parts too, which, you know, Home Depot didn't have enough of these, so I had to go to Lowe's. But in the same case, same thing, they have them. Okay? So, we want to do this. Get it in. Like I said, it's a struggle, but that just means it's a better fitting type. I'm better tight fitting. And then anything you're doing, if you can't put a little effort into it, sometimes it might not be worth doing. There you have it. Okay. Alright. So I'm going to do this for the rest of the 20 buckets, and then I'll be back. Okay. So I've got all the buckets done, you see, and now I'm lining them up in my grow room to see what kind of space I want them to have. And I did all of them except for the end. For the end. So, and as you see, I got them all uniform. All going the same direction. The handles are here. Okay. So now I'm gonna even them out to where they're all even. That's in how I walk in the city. So I'll even them out. And then I'm gonna measure. So pretty much that's how I want it to sit. Also, let me have them come in a little closer. So what I'm going to do is now measure the distance in between. So I think I'll have them about 4 inches apart. See if I got them about 4 inches apart. So I'm gonna do them about 4.5 inches apart. trying to see if they were 5 inches apart. How much roll I have? So yeah, about 4.5 inches apart. And then when I come back, then I have to drill the buckets here in the center across to each other. And since I want it even, I'm gonna do these sides here in the middle first. So I have my one-inch PVC pipe, 5 feet by 1 inch in diameter, and I'm going to give them four and a half inches apart. I'm looking for my marker, so hold tight while I find my marker. Disappeared fast. Don't you hate when you're doing some work and you can't find your tools that you just had? Here it is. So, we want to mark 4.5 inches. Right about here. Okay, so that's why I'm gonna make my first cut for the first one. Then I'm gonna go through, make a cut with chain. Then I got my handy dandy PVC pipe cutters. So.
Okay, so now I have them all in and lined up. Now what I want to go do is I want to measure in between the two buckets. Measure in between the two buckets to get the distance and also where to go. Inches. So I want 14 inches in between the two on both sides. Let's check the other side. Inches. So we want 14 inches in between. Okay, now that I got my buckets connected in between how I want them, now I want to do the last hole that connects the bottom buckets at the bottom here and here. See, that's why I only cut one hole on this side and one hole on this side, so I can connect these buckets together. Okay, as you see, they're going to be connected this way, and run out that way. So I need to measure the distance and make sure I have the buckets straight the way I want them, so I can cut the holes for them, so I'll know exactly what to cut. And what I'll do, get my pipe and a marker. So I can make sure I have them evenly cut. I'm going to cut it right about here and right about here in this area. That way, they'll be able to connect. So, let me cut these buckets, and I'm put in the bushings that I told you about earlier, and the PVC pipe that I'm using. And then I'll return and show you the rest. Then I'll be hooking up my water flow, which will be up here, and I'm gonna have to come through so I can make sure I get them evenly across with each other. That way, everything will flow right. And also I need to do the same thing for these two on the end here. So that bucket and that bucket. And then I'll show you the rest of the connector that's going to be in the front that's going to run back out toward the reservoir. So for right now, I just want to make sure I measure it. Well, at least get in the ideal of the area of where I need to put these two holes in the back buckets, so they can be even across. So I'm gonna do that and then come back to you. I found it to be much easier to put in these PVC pieces into the garment if you use a little dish soap. So just put a little dish soap on it, and it helps get the PVC into the rubber garment. Now I'm going to connect the last two back on the end. And then I'll place in my middle piece here that I've measured and cut out, which will connect the two buckets. There you have it. So now I can actually put it over. So I did want some space in between there. Okay. Now, the front here, I will be putting the front here with an elbow and an elbow, an elbow with a T and a T, which will connect all these buckets together to that last bucket. And here, where the T will be at, the pipe will run out from here, and on the other side from there to the reservoir, back to the reservoir. And I'll be doing that in just a minute. Okay. Now that I got everything connected, as you see, all the way to the back, I got those connected. And I have those connected. So now that I have everything connected, now it's time for me to connect the front. Remember, this is the outlet. So in the front, I've already cut my pieces for the front. And it goes like so. So first I have this little cut in here, which I'll place here. And what I'm doing is connecting this bucket to this bucket, to that bucket, to that bucket. And on the end of this bucket right here, I'm gonna have a pipe coming out to here. Coming out to here to the reservoir. So, like I said, I'm gonna connect these buckets now. Then I'm gonna take my T. It's a 3/4 inch T. Putting it on the end here. Then I have a 3/4 inch pipe. I think it's 13.5. Put it in the end of that. Then the other T. With my other little cutout for that in there. Then the T. And then connected here to each other. Now I will be using PVC glue to glue everything to get a good seal. And then for the other side, I'll do the same thing. I'll take my pipe that I have in the middle, place it in there, which that is I don't remember the inches on it. I'm gonna put this little piece in there, then another T, place it there, connect this pipe here. Then take this other cutting, put it here, and my T. Now the end T's are faced this way, okay? The inside T's are faced this way, the outside T's are facing this way because this is where the pipes will run on the end to the reservoir. So I'm placing that there. Then I have my other pipe here, which is the same as the other end, and push them all together. So there you have it. It's complete. It's completely connected all the way around. It goes this way, around, comes back this way, goes to here, around, goes around, and back to this way, and then out. Okay, so that is my connection for my outlet. Now I'll be working on the inlet. So let me get all the materials that I need. First and foremost, I need to measure where I want the inlets to be. So I will be using CPVC for the top, mainly. And this is CPVC. It's slightly different color than the regular PVC. It's a tannish color. And this is 3/4 inch. Okay, if you can see, it's 3/4 inch. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a T at the back here. Then I'm gonna have crosses here, 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 and here. With one long PCV in the middle like that, running to the front. And then I'll have it also running the same way on the other side. And this is for the inlet, for the waterfall effect. Now, so I just have to get all the materials together so I can begin I have to measure my holes for the cuts to where I want it to cut, where I want it to come in at. And I'll be doing that in just a moment.
Ballin' with the rock, dunking bricks like Jordan. 23s on my Chevy, grip the ground like Spalding. 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. Ballin' with the rock, dunking bricks like Jordan. 23s on my Chevy, grip the ground like Spalding. 2, 3. Now watch me is Gucci Mac the trapper, get it booming off a quarter key. Stay working at the trap, getting it money, that's the strategy. Young king of this trap, I'm legendary, just like 2, 3. Aquafina whipping.
Okay, now that I finished marking my buckets for my water inlet hose, now I'm going to my one-inch 2x5mm carbon steel hose saw to drill out the hose. So I marked them. As you can see, I marked them here. And I'm gonna go just below, but before I do that, I need to make sure I'm not drilling too low. Actually, I didn't measure where to put the exact hose, so I'm drilling just below the lip. Just below the lip. Even with my hose here. This is on the last bucket. And of course, we'll take our razor and clean up the edges, just like as we did on the hose before. I'm clean up all the excess plastic, all the extra plastic that was left behind from drilling. Okay. So there's my hole. Drilled out. Then I'm going to take the 3/4 garment, 3/4 garment that I had from earlier, and use that I'm gonna ignore it for now. Probably just somebody calling. No, something. Okay. And just like before, we want to put the lip on the outside. Okay. You can put it in from the inside, but it's been a little easier for me to do it by putting it in from the outside. There you have it. And then we want to put our inlet in. So I have this 3/4 PVC pipe, CPVC pipe, which is for campers once again. And this again goes in, this screws on. And I have this elbow here that goes into here, which is a 1/2 inch. This is a 1/2 inch in. This is a 1/2 inch reducer from 3/4 female to a 1/2 inch male. This is a 3/4 female with 3/4 male threads. And this CPVC is used for campers, RVs, you know, for their water system. So what we want to do is, once again, we want to take our dish soap, rub it on the rubber inside and out, and it helps it move in. I don't believe that this dish soap would damage the rubber, but it does make it easier to get the PVC in it. And of course it's a tight fit. I made sure it was real tight, so I'm gonna have to fight with it to get it in. This insert will help it, make it a little easier. But it ensures a secure fit. Wow, that bucket just cut me. And to help me, I'm gonna use a crescent wrench, because like I said, it is a tight fit. And because it has threads, we just thread it in. There we go. And I have to make sure it's in as far as it can go, so I can get the threadings on the back. which it is a little difficult because of the tight fit and the threads are short. I have to try my best and make sure it's in as tight as possible. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to fight with this to get it on. So what I'm going to do, since that's gonna be the tough part that I'm gonna have to do, I'm going to cut drill all the holes out. Then I'll come back, put the garments in, put in the CPV, tighten them up, put the elbow in. Okay?
Ballin' with the rock, dunking bricks like Jordan. 23s on my Chevy, grip the ground like Spalding. 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. Ballin' with the rock, dunking bricks like Jordan. 23s on my Chevy, grip the ground like Spalding. 2, 3. Now watch me is Gucci Mac the trapper, get it booming off a quarter key. Stay working at the trap, getting it money, that's the strategy. Young king of this trap, I'm legendary, just like 2-3. Aquafina whipping, tall hair, blue, same color, blue cheese. I'm ballin' like I'm Jordan with the Bulls on the 3-feet. Out your Euro stepping, yay, crossing Jake just like an athlete. Bustin' down bricks, kept me trapping in some Gucci. Got a Chevy SS, the Monte Carlo on the 2-3s. Ballin' with the rock, dunking bricks just like I'm 2-3. 9s on my feet, ballin' hard like I'm Jordan. Nigga kept me swaggin' in the club, rockin' Ralph Lauren. 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. Ballin' with the rock, dunking bricks like Jordan. 23s on my Chevy, grip the ground like Spalding. 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. Ballin' with the rock, dunking bricks like Jordan. 23s on my Chevy, grip the ground like Spalding. 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. Ballin' with the rock, dunking bricks like Jordan. 23s on my Chevy, grip the ground like Spalding. 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. Ballin' with the rock, dunking bricks like Jordan. 23s on my Chevy, grip the ground like Spalding.
Okay, so now I drilled the holes for the top and put in the CPVC. Remember, that is for the RVs and campers and stuff. So I got them all in. So now I got to go through and set up my piping to run the water to it. This will be the T. This is for the back. There'll be a pipe running along here. There's going to be a crossing between the two here, so that way it'll connect them also for these and those also. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do all the measurements and cut all my pieces as I need them, and then I'll come back and you can watch me put them in. Okay, so I finished making my tees, and I had to get these because they didn't have crosses for the CPVC. So I had to get the PVC 3/4 crosses. Then I had to get the PVC to CPVC adapter. And then I put in inserts, which I cut and put in. So I put them in one at a time. And that's how I made my crosses. As you see, here's the finished one right here. Okay. So now what I'm doing, I've connected my buckets all the way through. As I said, this is where the water enters. This is where the water returns. My pump is going to be here in the middle. This is going to run to the other side, which I'm going to have the same setup on the other side for that side. One pump right here. And then I'm going to have pipes running out of here, out to the reservoir. The pump running from the reservoir on both sides, from this end and that end. So I'll show you, I'll put it all together and I'll show you the completed project. But as of now, I got to make my measurements, make my cuts, and add in my tees, and we'll be done. It'll be finished. So just a minute and you can watch me finish. Okay, so I got everything together, as you see, connected from here to here, from there to there, and now I just have to, I got a T right here, as you see, where the pump goes. So now I just got to add my pump, and then hook up the return lines to the reservoir and the end lines to the pump, and then she'll be ready to go. And so I'm gonna do all of that, and then I'll come back and we should be doing our test run. Okay, now I've added my pump, as you see in the middle. Actually, I'm gonna add a valve and a nozzle here, so when I want to pump the water out, I can just add a hose to it and pump it out. But for now, to do my test run, I just got it like that. There's my pump. It says on the T, It's on the line going out of the tent, from the tent, all the way to my 55-barrel drum. The only thing I have left to do now is to run my exiting, where the water exit out through my tent, out this way, and to the side of my drum on both sides. And once I'm done, do that, then everything will be complete. And then I can do a trial run. As you see, everything's been set up. I think I've done a pretty good job. Not necessarily the best. So it could be called Jimmy rigged. So I've done a Jimmy rig. And then, like I say, some of my buckets, I didn't realize that they were different. Well, I realized they was different. I didn't realize they were different sizes. Some is just a tad bit taller. So when I did my tees, some of them a little higher than others. I don't think that'll affect the flow any, you know, but if it do, then later on down the road, I'll just go and get buckets, more buckets of the same. So, as you see, 55-gallon drum. I had to use a bulkhead at the back, at the bottom, one of the ones I already had. I gotta go get 2 more bulkheads for the sides, which, because this barrel is so thick, those bulkheads will actually work on here because I don't have to worry about it splitting the barrel. So I just gotta go get 2 more bulkheads. But I am gonna add just some PVC to the ends and just let the runner run out to do a trial run to see how well my pump pumps to each and every one of them. And I'll be showing y'all that in a few minutes. So what I've done is I ran more than water hose into my barrel so I could do a test. Now, I already see there's leaks right there, so that's gonna be a problem. But I got these hoses running outside. I just want to check my sprinklers. So let's check the pressure, the sprinkler system. I'm guessing I'm not getting that much pressure in all of them. So what I'm guessing is because of this leak right here. This is a leak. Because I'm getting a leak right there, that I'm not getting all the pressure that I should be getting. Or either my pump is not strong enough for a 20-gallon system. In that case, I built it this way so I can run it on just one. I'm going to check C. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is, let's see. I built it like this for a reason. Oh. Just in case I need to do this. Let's see how it runs with this tin system. So still not enough pressure. And this is a 1100 gallon per hour pump. Okay, I got it all set up and finished. And this is the end result. I gotta clean up though, don't mind the mess. Okay, so I have my reservoir with my pump, which I had to get a submersible pump because I couldn't find a good inline pump. Then I got my inch piping to the bottom from the back. As you see, it's flowing. Stand at the same minimum. Everything's all hooked up. I'm gonna do a 2 system instead of the 20 system. It works better this way. And then you see he's filling up the pot to the right spot where you need it. And then once I get all the plants in here and get them going and stuff, I keep you on a weekly update on how they're doing. As you see. But it's pumping pretty good, fairly good. I am gonna think I'm gonna need an inline pump. An inline pump would possibly be better for me than a submersible, but for now I have to work with what I got. Now, like I said, this is not a tutorial video, just a video showing me putting a system together that I seen online. The only thing I ain't using is air stones, which I'll probably use those later depending on the outcome of it. But yeah, pretty good flow though. I got all the leaks, got no more leaks. Everything's not leaked, it's sealed tight. You can see it from the side. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a parts list of everything I used and everything I bought. And then you can leave your comments, like and subscribe, ask me questions, give me ideas, anything that may help. But for now, I'll see y'all later.